What's up, guys? We got some very disturbing allegations being made against former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, who was also the lawyer that prosecuted all the mafia guys back in the day and is also closely, heavily tied to former President Donald Trump. I just want to go ahead and kind of go over it and read some of you guys some of the absolutely disturbing things that are being alleged in this lawsuit. It's absolutely crazy. So, a woman who once worked for former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani has filed a $10 million lawsuit against him. And she is accusing him and alleging that he took Viagra constantly, he demanded sex from her all of the time, and he didn't take no for an answer whenever she would refuse to have sex with him. The Bombshell 70-page lawsuit filed by ex-staffer who used to work for Giuliani, her name is Nicole Dunphy, accuses Rudy Giuliani of sexual assault and workplace harassment and of demanding sex as a condition of her employment while she was working for him in 2019. So basically, here's the way it goes, okay? So just based off the first few sentences that I've read of this lawsuit that's going on, this already reeks of Harvey Weinstein. For those who don't know, Harvey Weinstein was like this very successful and rich and powerful, like movie executive, I think, something like that. He was like a movie executive, like he was in Hollywood. And basically, what he would do is he would use his power to basically make women have sex with him. Like basically, you want to be an actress and you're up and coming and you're not really getting any roles. Well, if you have sex with me, I can get you some of those roles. Hey, your career's not really taking off. You want to be in a movie. You want me to help you find a movie that's going to be your big break, that's going to get you into Hollywood. Have sex with me. I'll do it for you. That is basically what's happening here with Rudy Giuliani. So the story is Rudy Giuliani basically said, I will give you $1 million a year. I will offer you a job that pays you $1 million a year. And in exchange, you have to have sex with me. Now, one of the questions that I have is, what I want to know is, did she take that job? Because I get it. Maybe you took the job and maybe you're cool with it. But maybe now she's upset because I don't know. Maybe he wanted to have sex with her at times where she didn't want to have sex. I don't know. I would have to know this. Like, my main question would be, did you take the job or did you not take the job at all? Did you not take the $1 million job at all with the conditions that you have sex with him whenever he wants? I don't know. This type of stuff gets really interesting. But let me keep reading. So what's even more significant, guys, is the accuser is claiming that she has tape recordings of Giuliani demanding sex, which once again, it brings me back to what I said. Obviously, it's awful to tell somebody, I will get you a job, but you have to have sex with me whenever I want. Obviously, it's awful. But regardless of the fact that it's awful, I still have the question of, did she take that job? Because there are some people out there who, if you offer them $1 million a year and you say they got to do certain things, they'll do it. Not saying she's the one who's doing that, but I would just like more information. You know what I mean? So now let's keep reading. It says here, Giuliani made clear that satisfying his sexual demands, which came virtually anytime, anywhere, was an absolute requirement of her employment and of his legal representation, the lawsuit says. This sounds pretty disgusting. I mean, this is awful. You know what I'm thinking? The fact that she filed this lawsuit, I would say tells me that she probably didn't take the job. Again, I don't know. But the fact that she's filing this lawsuit, I would have to think that the lawyers would have vetted her and determined that she got offered this and she found it disgusting and she chose not to take the job. But the one reason why I'm questioning it, guys, is because in the lawsuit, she actually details certain encounters that she had with him. Like, she had one encounter where she said that, she was like on her knees or something, and he basically brought her face to him and basically forced her to give him oral. That's basically what she's claiming. She's saying that he literally forced her to give him oral, even though she didn't want to. And then when you read the lawsuit, it says that she's an ex-staffer. So that's why, for me, the key question here is, did she take that job? I get that it's wrong. I get that it's terrible. But, I mean, hey, if you took the job and you agreed to it, you know what I mean? So it just gets interesting. Let me keep reading. It says here that Giuliani would often make Nicole Dunphy work naked in a bikini or in tiny shorts printed with an American flag during remote work calls. He would make her remove her clothes. He would often call her while he was in bed and proceed to masturbate. Yeah, this is all just sick, disgusting stuff. And you hear these stories, quite often these days with the whole Me Too movement and stuff. You hear a lot of crazy stuff coming out that some of these old men with power are doing. And it's really disgusting, Here's the bombshell in the entire lawsuit. The lawsuit is also alleging that Rudy Giuliani attempted to sell presidential pardons from Donald J. Trump for $2 million, which he said he would split that money with Donald Trump. And get this, guys, the staffer is claiming that she has recordings and emails. So that's really what I think that's really what's made this such huge news, is that Donald Trump is now involved, and the fact that she's literally accusing them of selling presidential pardons, which, that right there wouldn't surprise me, because I'm telling you guys right now, politics, there's a lot of corruption in politics. And I know most of you guys know this. There's a crap ton of corruption in politics. There's a lot of backdoor deals. There's a lot of handshakes, side deals. There's a lot of behind the scenes. Hey, if you want me to do you this favor, you want me to help you out, pay me this amount of money, or get my daughter this job, or get me this deal. And just to be fair, I'm here to tell you guys right now, the Biden administration does the same thing, okay? I'm just going to put it out there. I think that's one of the main channels why my channel is very important, because even though I do traditionally vote Democrat, I basically consider myself an independent at this point. But historically, I voted Democrat. But one thing I don't like is the partisanship. I don't like it when people make it seem like one side is completely clean, the other side is okay. No, I'm telling you guys right now, both sides are very corrupt. The Democrats are extremely corrupt, and the Republicans are extremely corrupt too. When you give people a certain amount of power, and that power is left unchecked, people are going to abuse that power, and that's what you're saying. So I'm just telling you guys right now, it would not surprise me if she actually had recordings and emails of Donald Trump selling presidential pardons for $2 million. Obviously, when you get caught, that's a different thing. One thing that these politicians are really good at is avoiding getting caught, okay? So in the case of Donald Trump, obviously the media is going to have a field day with this if she actually turns out to have the recordings and emails, and I'll continue to cover that story. But I just want to make it very clear that it's not just the Republicans that do this type of stuff. The Biden administration, well, I'm not going to just throw an accusation out there without proof, but I'm just telling you, for somebody who used to work in politics, the Democrats do the same thing. They're very corrupt too. They're doing things behind the scenes that make them a lot of money. Matter of fact, I can speak on this because we actually have a situation in Illinois right now. We have a situation with the former Speaker of the House, who I used to work for here in Illinois, and he's literally in trouble right now. 4 of his confidants basically just got indicted and are probably going to go to jail because they have this thing with this electric company called ComEd, where basically they were passing bills in favor that would benefit ComEd and help them make more money. And in exchange, ComEd would give them like these do-nothing jobs where they would basically get paid like millions of dollars and like give them all these other benefits. This type of corruption, folks, happens in politics all the time, and it's disgusting. And that is why I have my YouTube channel, and that is why I want to come out and speak against this stuff, because it's important that somebody who used to work on the inside tell you guys what's really going on here. And also just to highlight that, I feel like a lot of people are being played. Everybody makes it like it's a Democrat-Republican thing. I think both parties are very flawed. You know what I mean? Like, I really do think that both parties are pretty bad, at least in terms of corruption. Now, in terms of like different issues, whether you believe in abortion or racial issues or, immigration or whatever your issues are, I just want to make it clear. I am strictly talking about corruption here. When it comes to the corruption and the terrible things that these people are doing behind the scenes, okay? Republicans and Democrats both engage in it, and that's a huge problem. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about this lawsuit. This lawsuit is absolutely insane. I would really like to get more information about it because, like I said, just my closing thoughts, and I'm not blaming her. She seems to be a victim. She seems to be authentic, and if that's the case, I'm really sorry for her. I feel bad. That's awful. You know what I mean? It really is awful, some of the things that she's alleging here. But the fact that she was an ex-staffer of his, and she has hung out with him several times, at least she's talking about, it makes me have more questions of, did you take the $1 million job and then things didn't go your way, and so now this is happening? Or did you completely turn down the job, but you worked for him in a different role? You know what I mean? That's what I said. I just need more information. We just need more information. So, yeah, that's really all I got for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see how things go with this entire situation. It's absolutely crazy. And if it turns out that Donald Trump sold presidential pardons for $2 million, it's going to be another thing on the Trump criminal airwaves that are going around, where Trump is basically being, he's got legal trouble all over the place. So that's what it is. Okay, thanks guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one.